Hello everyone. Let's go through a lead code problem in this video. This problem is serial number 1523 in lead code. Says count odd numbers in interval range. This is also the first problem of programming skills roadmap in lead code. Coming to the problem, so we are given two non-negative integers, low and high, and we are supposed to return the count of odd numbers between low and high. So we are given a range of our two bounded numbers, so low and high, and we'll have to find the number of odd numbers between these two numbers, and that too it is inclusive. So we have 3 and 7. We'll have to count all the odd numbers between this. The odd number between 3 and 7 is 5. And since it is inclusive, the odd numbers 3 and 7 is also counted. So in the range 3 to 7, there are 3 odd numbers. Similarly, when we take the range 8 and 10, 8 and 10 are even numbers. There are only one odd number, that is 9. So we have 9 here. So to understand this, in order to continue, we'll have to understand that there are 4 cases where this ranges can appear. One is the first number can be low. The first number can be even and even and odd and even, and odd and odd. So for the first example, we have already seen that the first example we have already seen the odd and odd case, and in the second example we have already seen even and even case. Okay, before continuing, let's take a detailed example. I'll open it on a notepad and I will illustrate a detailed example by taking 4 examples, and let's see if we can come up with a pattern to devise a particular logic if possible. Okay, coming to the examples, I've taken 4 cases where low and high appear as even odd, odd even, odd odd, and even even. So here when we see the differences between the high and low numbers, here 5 minus 1 would give you 4, and 6 minus 2 is giving 4, and here 6 minus 1 is giving you 5, and 7 minus 2 is also giving you 5. And when we calculate the odd numbers of present in these ranges, here you get to see 3, here you get to see 3 and 3, 2, 3, 3, 5, 2 odd numbers here. You get to see 3 odd numbers here again, and you get to see 3 odd numbers here again. So I'll just list it out. There are 1, 3, 5. Here it is 3 and 5. Here it is 1, 3 and 5. And here it is 3, 5, 7. So since it is all inclusive, so basically one intuitive way where you can think of finding the odd numbers almost more or less appears as much as much equally as of even numbers. So one approach you can think of this, you can subtract high minus low and divide it by 2, right? So that you can get the half of the range. That would possibly be the number. So if you are applying this formula, and this is going to hold true only for the second example, where both low and high is even. So 6 minus 2 and dividing it by 2 is giving you 2. But in the cases where there are odd numbers, either two odd numbers or either two odd numbers or just one odd numbers in any of the ranges as high or low, you're getting actually one extra odd numbers in the ranges. So basically, if you try to do 4 minus 2 by 2, you're supposed you will be the answer would be 2, but the expected odd numbers is 3. And similarly, if you subtract 6 minus 1, it is 5, and 5 by 2 would be giving you 2.5, but the expected answer odd number would be 3. So what you can one possible pattern what you can see is, when both are even numbers, you can be sure that just subtracting high minus low would give you, and subtracting it and dividing it by 2 would give you 2. So that is one condition you can see that. So you can tell that if I'll just erase this, okay? Please bear with me for a second, okay? If low and high is even, then return high minus low by 2. That is one thing. And if at all there is one odd number, you can simply return high minus low, and you can do an integer division. Since you are getting 2.5, you can get rid of this 2.5. But see, when you in the third example, I'll reiterate on this. 6 minus 1, you're getting 5, and when you divide by 2, you're getting 2.5. So in order to get rid of this 0.5, you can do an integer division. Integer division in Python is double forward slash, and you can do it by 2. So you'll be getting only 2, and since you need 3 as the answer, and since this pattern is repeating for almost all the problems, so you can simply add one number and return it. So you can return high minus low divided by 2, and to the answer you add 1. So this would satisfy the condition. So let's quickly write the code for this problem. So here we are. As discussed, we will be writing the condition for the case where high and low are even. So if low mod 2 modulus of 2 is equal to 0 and high modulus of 2 is also equal to 0, then we know both are even numbers. Then you can subtract high minus low I'll put this in braces so that it will look as an and divide by 2. Else, if this is not possible, and you don't actually need to write the else statement because it would have already returned if the if statement has held true, this return would have been executed. So you need not write particularly write the else statement. So you can simply write down the return statement here. Return, since if any of the low or high is odd number, you can do this. That is high minus low divided by 2 and just add 1. Divided by 2, this is not just division, this is integer division. So if there are any decimal points like 2.5, 2.75, 2.75 isn't possible in this problem, but 2.5 is what we will be getting it, and that will, and here we will do the integer division and reduce it to the quotient and add 1 to it. Okay,